All right, we are back. Get the tweets out there. All right. Got our playlist. Let's see. Okay. That's not too loud. Okay, so sorry for not streaming yesterday. I was tired. I didn't get a good night's sleep. I did work on the game a little bit. I built out the started building out the elite boss or the elite enemies and boss enemies. Got that all kind of built, just kind of structured, just not polished at this point. Right now I'm running into an error, so of course, what better stream, to start with an error. Right now it's just basically, so also another thing I implemented with the enemies and bosses is evading. So at random, some bosses, or not bosses, but just like some enemies will actually kind of run away. So it takes it a little bit harder for you to go abduct them. And same with the elites and the boss enemies. So I'm just trying to get it all like built out, and then eventually we're going to have to, balance it and kind of make it work. And then the bosses are like a little bit bigger than the normal enemies, and they move a little bit quicker. Like all the balancing and all that stuff, it still needs to be done in the game. But yeah, so I worked on that. Like I said, that was a bunch of stuff I worked on yesterday. Got a chunk. I noticed like I do work better without streaming, but I still like to stream because I still like to talk to people and share ideas and get ideas. So we still like to stream, but there it wasn't a good day. I just, like I said, I didn't get much sleep, and it just wouldn't have been very I don't know. I just so there's just some days you got to take off. I did stream on Monday for a couple hours. I felt bummed though. I wanted to stream really bad, but there's just days like, when I do it 5 days a week, it's like, you just need a little thing. And like I said, tomorrow, hopefully we'll stream the same time. It's just after tomorrow, my kids are out of school for the summer, so we'll have to see, timing wise, what's gonna work. They're already well aware of the, streaming and everything. They're cool with it. It's just the times that I stream currently while they're at school is kind of during lunch hours and, all that stuff. So I might have to break away, play dad. So anyway, so let's basically what's happening right now. Oh, and I also implement it roughly. We still need to work on it. I'm using the wrong thing. The laser ray gun. So it works. Let me just push play so you can kind of see what's going on here. So yeah, I kind of implemented a couple more systems, and we still need to tweak the ray gun because I want it more of like a time buff. Like they can't use it all the time. We'll have to work on that, but I did get that in there as well. But as you can see, the enemies aren't moving. They're shooting. This was working yesterday. And like I said, it's funny how sometimes you just open up a project and then things break. And I haven't done anything this morning. So anyway, so they're not moving right now, so I'm trying to troubleshoot that. But as you can see, if I hit space, we slowly get out a little projectile. Which it looks weird because I think the way I coded it or the way I envisioned it with ChatGPT, like I said, all this stuff is with ChatGPT, it's more of a laser, so it's not a projectile. So we'll have to like finesse all that stuff. But anyway, but yeah, as you can see, there's enemies spawning, but they're not moving, and they were moving yesterday. It was pretty cool. I got them all going, and like I said, they spawn randomly, and eventually I want to get them like some are faster than others, speeders. And the problem is when the bosses spawn, and this is what made me go down the route of evading and they run away. It's because the boss would spawn in and I would just walk over to him like this and go, oh, there you go. So we just abducted a boss. It shouldn't be that easy. So I was trying to make a ways that think for them to be a little more difficult. So evading, stuff like that. But we still need to think through that mechanic of, because like this is an abduction game, and I made an ability with the ray gun is like it's supposed to stun enemies. You know what I mean? So maybe some of those ones that are running away or faster, you can stun them. But we don't want the gun to be like, you know, like you just spam it all the time. So there'd be like a buff on it or something. So I'm working through that. But yeah, see, nothing's moving. I just want to see what happens if... And then we have different waves, and all the UI is garbage right now. I mean, it's really bad. And I'm still working through... Oh, the game over screen, all that was what we did, I think, last time. The stats and everything. You know, all that stuff needs to be polished, but it's in there. And I need to figure out how I'm going to make it work. But eventually, right now... Yeah, here we go. Elite enemy incoming. Like I said, I want to get like a graphic for that. And there's an elite enemy right there. And then that's a boss. Yeah, this is not working correctly. So as you can see, the boss shoots way faster. You know, and their damage is a lot more, but they shoot like really fast because it's a boss. But you can, you know, you'll be able to have, hopefully get a power-up shield and all that. Like I said, we're still building that. But yeah, you see they're a little bit bigger. Obviously, these aren't the final. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we died. Yeah, we need to figure all this out, make better stuff. But it's working. You know, we got the time survive, enemies abducted, level, how many crystals, the score. So, you know, we got all the systems in there. Right now, it's just like they're not moving, and I don't know why. So, anyway. Hey, that's... But yeah, so that's all I worked on. Got quite a bit of stuff in here. It's just kind of like bringing it all together. You know, it's kind of the finesse of it. So yeah, I mean, through my list here, added a few more things. Yeah, have the certain enemies flee, avoid being abducted. I was thinking like to make it even more challenging. We'll see on this is add a meter. So a timer, so you can't just abduct them right away. Like, you know, you have to actually, takes time to abduct them, you know, and in that time they can evade. So I'm just trying to think of creative ways to, you know, bring a little more gameplay to this thing. Yeah, this was like players can kill or vaporize them. I don't know why that says that. Oh, ray gun. This was a ray gun. For some reason there we go. Why is it on? Yeah, and then the combo system we kind of already got on, but it still needs to be polished and a little bit better. I need to figure out how to get the text to stay on one part of the screen. We're troubleshooting that. Let's see. Whoops. You know, powered temporary buffs, more enemy types, waves. This is okay, so the wave, this stuff is already kind of in there. We need to set like the times and all that stuff. Yeah, we're getting there. I mean, we're knocking some stuff out. I knocked out a lot, but now we're back into troubleshooting mode, which sucks. Let's see, what else did we do? Wrote a whole bunch of scripts, obviously, for some of this stuff. We're going to clean up some of these, too. But yeah, made two enemy boss, enemy elites, and then, as you can see here, we got more options now with the boss script. We'll have to create all the FX and all that stuff. That will come in time. There's a stun duration. And they got their flee distance, flee speed, and move speed. You can adjust now. The thing is, like they have health. Like, how would we affect their health? You know what I mean? Like, because we're not gonna kill anybody. That's the thing. So it's like with that limitation, you have to get real creative. How we do that. But anyway, let's go and start troubleshooting this. So they're saying that it's a nav mesh issue, and I've baked this 3 times, looked over through the settings. I haven't changed anything. So, you know, since yesterday, I never messed with this stuff. Let's try that. Oh, that's terrain collider. Hold on, wrong one. But yeah, since we did that, I don't know, we did that one day when we uninstalled Cinemachine. This is when we started getting all these errors. I need to clean up this stuff. Oh. Ah, I see. I didn't get cleaned up. Oh yeah, and also on the boss, we can right now I just have it as a health pack, but you can get a power up prefab. So I think this is when you defeat a boss, it's supposed to drop a reward. I think the elites as well. I don't have anything yet, but yeah, that's what we can do. All right, let's get into this now. Let's clear this out. Start troubleshooting this. Why the enemies aren't moving when they're supposed to. It's always fun. You get something in here and then it breaks again. I also experimented with the UI. I put this bar up here, like I talked about. I didn't like it. But that doesn't mean we can't change this. Like I said, I don't think we're going to need this anymore. I'm just saving it right now because I don't want to get rid of stuff and then, oh, you know, actually we do need it. So this is probably going to go, and what we can do is, like I talked about before, is we can move all this stuff up here. So we can put the player, this thing here, and then we can bring this stuff up, and then we can take these elements and put below here, down here. And then that will make, you know, kind of our everything that we need up on the top. And then down here, we could save for buffs or the for the ray gun stuff. So like that's what I'm thinking. But we're just gonna leave everything for now. That's something I don't, you know, like I said, I'm just trying to knock out systems to try to get the game built. We're running out. We're not running out of time, but you know, it's just like I don't want to sit here and just keep doing stuff. I think we got a good solid foundation now. It's an endless spawner. It's the wave system's kind of gone. It's just constantly spawning things, and then as you can see, so we have to adjust all these times, but you can select, is this a boss, is it an elite enemy, and then if it is, you check it. But you can do unlock times, so we can change all these unlock times and stagger them. Maybe the boss will, you know, spawn later than the elites. I think right now they spawn at the same time. Yeah, they do. Maybe the boss will do let's see, what's 10 minutes? 600 seconds. So we'll try that. So that'd be like 10 minutes. Let's try 300. Like I said, this is going to get finessed over time once people play the game and, you know, kind of like, hey, that's too much. And like, you know what I mean? It's going to take a while to like get that really adjusted. Also like the spawn timing, we can set all this stuff now. The logic, initial spawn interval, minimum spawn interval. You know, I think we can change this. Change it to 50. We could do 100. But yeah, it's all interval based now. We have special events, stuff like that. So it's, you know what I'm saying? We're building on what we had before. And that's why I said, that's why I changed it from the wave-based system to this, the endless spawners. This makes more sense because now you can just keep playing. And then things will happen, events will happen, drops will happen. You know, that's kind of what I'm envisioning. And then, you know, hopefully we can randomize it where it just like, we build all the stuff and then it randomly will just, you know, put it in the game. But now we got to build all that stuff out. Okay. Gotta go to the... It's telling me it's like all this ground stuff, which I haven't messed with any of this thing. But... okay, it's telling me ground object static set. Ground object. Yep, we got static checked. It's checked too. Now, navigation static is checked. I didn't change anything, but now I think it's more of a script thing. I think we introduced that ray gun thing, and that, like, because everything was working until I put this projectile. Let's take that off and let's see this thing. Now let's try it. Because I put that on there, and that's when I noticed things stop. Because I was hitting space, and the thing stopped working. So, but let's see. It probably won't fix it. But it's just weird things like that will break things. Gotta load here. Like, I don't want to jump on the ray gun thing. Like, that's kind of something I want to dedicate like a whole day to, and kind of, no, they're still not spawning. That didn't have anything to do with it. But they're spawning, it's just they're not moving. Interesting. I'm thinking maybe we should... Thinking maybe, like, see, we have this max ammo. It's like, this is the thing. It's like, it's not ammo. You know, it's not really ammo. It's more of an energy weapon, so we're gonna have to think, like, rethink that. Like, maybe you only have so much energy at a time, and then, you know, it's like on a timer or something. I don't know, I have to think through that. But it's not ammo. Okay, we have a cooldown. Okay. I'm trying to remember everything I did. Yeah, I did so much yesterday. That's the thing. I built so many things and had to go through a bunch of stuff, and I'm trying to remember. The default or ground? Let's try default. I'm gonna break everything now. Nope. Interesting. I'm thinking about just like maybe closing out Unity and restarting it. Sometimes that fixes things. Yeah, hold on. Let's check the enemy's Y position. I want to spawn one. At 1. We're on 1. That's not the issue either. Huh. They're on the ground. That's not the issue either. Take a look at the enemies. Prefabs, make sure the nav mesh. Humanoid. Yeah. They are enabled. Nav mesh is enabled on all of them. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird one. I mean, I did change these to layer because it told me to. So let me go back to walkable. Let's just try this. That. Okay, let me try something. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna change them all back to walkable. And then I'm just gonna change the, instead of, because I clicked all. So I clicked yes, change the children. So maybe that is what's creating it. Maybe and then next time we'll just do no, just do that. But let me change it back the way it was. Let me see if they start moving again. If they do, then we know it's this issue. I think this might be it. Let's save. This music is very catchy. Well, that didn't fix anything either. Nope. Interesting. I think this is what. Try that. Okay. I still don't think this is gonna fix it, but I think somewhere along the line that's what screwed everything up. They're shooting, which is good. They're just not moving. Okay. Alright. Check that already. Half mesh baking valve. Scene view. Zoom out and look for a blue area. If your map is big, but the I didn't touch any of this stuff. I don't see any blue. Let me. Don't see any blue. Hmm. Yeah, I don't see any. Okay. check the scripts here. All those settings seem to be fine. All right, let's see. Is it the nav mesh? Nav mesh agent. Okay. All right, let's debug here. Do, 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 do. I'm not used to having the mic here. I can't see the keyboard. All right, let's see if we get that popping up in the console. Clear it. Oh, it's gotta reload. Like I said, I don't want to troubleshoot, but we have to have the enemies moving. Hopefully we'll get this fixed real quick. Then we can start moving to what I wanted to do. Do that. All right, we gotta watch the console now. See if we see that. On a nav map. I mean, vibe coding is cool. I mean, but it's just when you run into issues. Yeah, it's saying true. Okay. Still not moving. I think it's a coding thing. Saying true. Let's take a screenshot of this. I was working on another app, and well, I'm working on a couple things. Working on a prompt generator, an AI prompt generator, so you can for projects and stuff. So like you can put in keywords like what kind of project you're doing, and then also it will generate images as well. So like it's an AI prompt generator. So like if you want to get creative with something, you just put in like what you want. I'm still working on it. It's there sort of, but like it's not. You know what I mean? But yeah, the thing about vibe coding is it's cool because you can get ideas out, like prototype them and stuff. It's just when you want to get to the final product or scale it or get it really big, that's where it kind of fails right now, I think, or I'm finding out. And then I'm working on another app with Firebase Studio, which is Google. It's like back end stuff, like that's where it fails. Okay. Yeah. Enemies are still not moving. Common causes. Agent.enabled equals false. Okay. Let's see this. But yeah, I mean, vibe coding's cool. I think it's the future. Like, I really do. I think these AI things will get everything sorted out within time. Yeah, it's not today. In the future it will. And basically, it's, you know, that's what you're going to be doing is you'll, you know, how to start a prototype is you'll vibe code it. Everybody will, you know, unless you know how to build it. But it's just about saving time. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this all plays out. Here we go. What's this? Might be this. Yeah, update. We don't have an update in our enemy script. Agent.enable. That is there. That might be it right here. This might be it. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm at the point now where I think I rely too much on ChatGPT. It's like it's weird, but like I said, I went into this. Like, yeah, I want to learn how to code, but really I just want to learn how to build games. Like, and that's one aspect of it. But really, is it? I mean, and this was kind of a test to see, can you really build a game, a functioning game, without any coding experience, with an idea, can you make it happen? So that was kind of the test and kind of the experiment, you know, and I was hoping, hey, I'll learn along the way, which I have, you know, I have learned things. It's just, I think I'm at that point now where I'm kind of relying too heavy on it. And if you knew how to code, this would be... But see, like, I can pick things up, you know, like just this right here. Like, oh, I noticed this right here. What about that? And I'll do notice things. And then I'll ask ChatGPT. I was like, well, what about this? What about that? So, I mean, it is like I'm learning things. It's just I'm not, that's it. It's just I'm not confident enough to trust my instincts. Okay, we gotta add this debug here. All right, let's run the game. Weather's been wild here. It's like last week it was 80, and then yesterday it's been like 60, and then I think next week it's actually supposed to get back up in the 80s, so maybe it will start to feel like summer here. We will see. Okay, so we gotta run the game and look at the console, see if you see this log with abduction or dead after spawn. Crap, I should have went to the console first to clear everything out. True. Okay. Oh, do we not have any? No, we have some. That's the thing. I like how it's spawning randomly. I mean, we have the spawn points, set. I'll have to reset, kind of make them a little bit better, but it spawns them at random now. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. All right, we got to look for. Is this it? Yeah, I think that's it. So let's copy that. Every frickin' still need to come up with like a thing for that. When they come in here, see ya. Like a sound effects, that'd be hilarious. Also, another thing we have to work on, which I didn't put in my my list, is we have to figure out the wave shop. How we're gonna do this. I'm thinking have like a designated space or area where the player can go to open the shop, so then they can buy buffs. And I'm thinking eventually, I mean, ideas are easy. Execution's where it's hard. So, like we could, in a sense, we could put like maybe after a certain amount of levels or a certain amount of XP or something, you unlock unlockables, like a better ray gun or a better stun gun. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to start thinking about that stuff. It just seems like every road I get to, it's just like, oh, there's more things to think about, But that's a game. I mean, I might be thinking too much into this, and that's the thing, the community and, playtesters will tell me that, maybe some of that stuff might not be needed. Maybe the game is just going around abducting, having the enemies get harder, do different things. That might be the game, and we might not need all this extra stuff. I don't know. I just think we do. I'm just trying to build my game, I'm trying to build what I think would be fun. Okay, so that's not the problem. All right, we got to make sure that these, okay. Like, I didn't change any of this stuff. Ah. I forgot we're missing the abduction thing, and I found new ones. So let's get distracted. Yeah, I think this is it. That's cool. We're gonna go with that. What's it called? Drag it there. I don't think that's gonna work. Hold on. Yeah, the nav mesh is all... They're all there, so I don't know what's going on. I think that's what we had before. Oh, no, this is teleport. No, this is... Yeah, that's what we had. I hate that. Horrible. Oops. Okay, I'm doing like two things at once, what I probably shouldn't be doing. But we have to check the nav mesh. Which, I don't know. And then I'm just like adding this to see if this will work. We have to check your enemy prefabs. Open each prefab project window, not just the scene. Make sure the nav mesh agent is enabled on the prefab. Make sure nothing is calling agent. Yeah, a nav mesh agent's right there. And I'm just adding this to see if it will work. Yep, Navish. Yep, Navish agent. Yeah, this error is weird. It's just like it was working yesterday, everything was working fine, and then I opened it up this morning and now it's not. Can you do this one? Oh, we did. Police. Yep, Navish agent. I don't know. Well, I think it's code. Yep, Nav mesh. Okay. Alright, so we gotta add a thing to our chase player. Chase player. Okay. Alright, that's that. Player mask. Let's see what this does. Alright, let's load it. Oh. Now we gotta watch the console for the not moving agent. Still not moving. Oh, we should have. Hold on. Let me clear this. We should have ran next to them. But they should be running when they spawn. Like they should be coming after me. Oh. But let's try it again. Yeah, I don't see anything in the console. I'm almost thinking this play area might be too big. Nothing's happening. Cool. Yeah, I don't see anything. Wonderful world. I swear to God, every time I stream, it's like I have to debug or I have to like troubleshoot shit. But it's like when I'm working on myself, like yesterday, I troubleshooted a little bit, but like I was like building stuff. All right, I'm just need to start acting like I'm just here alone. Ah, here we go. What's this? Gotta be in here. I go to the update. That's another thing. I know, like, some of these old debugs I need to get rid of. This will tell you if an update is even firing. If so, which early return, like player equals null, is happening. If you never see the second log, something is in. All right. Check player reference. Confirm the enemy player variable is not null. Checklist. Does the player alien have a player movement script? Yes, dude. Or how we wouldn't be moving around the screen. Ugh. Player health, player movement, right there. Okay. Start player. Get rid of this one. No. Update. Go to our we don't have an update. Maybe that might be the issue. Now we got an error. Oh, there's our update. What the hell's it doing way down there? Hold on. Why in the hell was the update way down there? Okay. Let that load. Save. Let's clear out the console. That load up. Okay. One of these. Hit play. Now watch, everything will work since we moved that update. I'll laugh. Wouldn't be so simple, would it? No. Still not working. Interesting. The hell aren't they moving? It looks like it's just saying that all the time. We didn't go one, dude. Some water here in a sec. Forgot to try to abduct them. Okay. It didn't say anything about that. All right, so we don't need that. Yes. Whoops. Ah, so it looks like the console tells us the player null is true. This means that every enemy civilian clone is never finding the player reference. Always null. The line in start that assigns the player is returning null. This means there's no game object in the scene with the player movement script attached enabled at this. What? Okay. The player movement script. Right there. Well, let's double check. Player movement. Okay, there's that one. When did the player movement script? Swear to God, if this fixes it, I would be freaking pissed. Doubt it. Jesus Christ, working. My guy is like running horribly fast. Okay, something. Okay, we have 2 scripts on here. All right, let's see what that does. That's way too fast. I think it's doubling it because it has 5 and 5, so it's bonus 10. Better. All right, well now they're moving. Interesting. I want to see like when they evade, like, do they? Player control is screwed up though. It's not, it's like way different. Yeah, it's back to that shitty. Oh, I think I know what the issue is. Okay. Hey, look at that. See, they're chasing me. I think even faster now. At least that one was. I want to see one run away, though. Okay. Okay, I think I know what's the problem here. This is our older player movement script. Okay, hold on. And I think the references, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, that's what we did. We created a newer one for this. And we're not even, yeah. Yep. So we need to copy all this, put it in the player movement script, I think. Up. Hold on, I don't want to do that. Don't. Right there. See, it's calling the wrong player movement. Oh, Jesus. Let's try this. Yep. It needs to call that one, I think. Yep. Let's try it. Why didn't I think of that? We should just make it third person. We shouldn't do that. We should just make it player movement. Copy that all over. Could delete that, but man, what is... Yeah, I think that's the problem. Let's try that now. I bet you it works. Try that, see if it works. Yep, they're running after me. Okay, so that's all it was. It was just a player reference. Yeah, we're back to our old player. Okay. It was just referencing the wrong player script, but we should delete that old one, and then it's gonna break a whole bunch of... Okay. We figured that out. Great. Okay. I need to remember where the hell I left off. Ugh. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Let's see. Okay. Player area. This point. No, All right, we're gonna do something here. We don't run into this issue again. Add this to enemy scripts for future. I think we can do it with all. Here. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's the problem. This was our old player movement script. I didn't even think about that. I don't know if we want all this third person aim stuff. I mean, it'd be cool. I don't know. We'll see what we need to do. While this is doing that, I'll show you real quick. So this is what I'm working on, prompt Spark. It's still, like, I'm still working on it, but what it's supposed to do is, well, I was trying to come up with a cool interface, but we have a light dark feature. I like the dark one. But what you could do is you can enter keywords. Like what you're thinking, what kind of let's just test it. Let's say cyber punk. Whoops, punk. It still needs work. Let's see if it works. So you could do a, so you could spark, or you could do a random spark, you know, spark an idea. Like, hey, I don't know what I want to do today. Let's just hit random, see what happens. So you can do a text, or you can do an image. Let's just see what this does. Like I said, I'm still working through it. Yeah, here we go. So this could be your prompt, and you hit copy, and then you would go to like your ChatGPT or whatever, and then you could run it. I wonder if we can add, oh, here we go. Spark, so then you can spark an image from this text. I added that. If it works. All right, it doesn't work. So that's what I'm saying, I'm still working out all the bugs. Like, this is the thing about working with this. When you start building complexities, things start breaking like pretty quickly. But I thought this would be cool. You know, if you need an idea, it's like, hey, just come here and it'll spark, and then you'll give you a great prompt. Hopefully, we'll see. I need to probably iterate on that, but that's something I'm working on. Just through the Gemini console, Canvas, and it's the 2.5 Pro. Which is cool. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of cool things. A lot of cool things people are creating, you know, games and stuff. I was working on a game and it broke and I just couldn't get it to work. So I'm going to try some other game ideas, just like basic, you know, like old school basic games. It's just cool to come up with like little ideas and then, you know, you could probably turn them into bigger ideas, you know, but that's just kind of like kickstart the idea. It's cool. All right, so I had it generate the newer scripts based on what we just did. Just like to do this every time. And then we'll hopefully start working on our next thing that I had planned out. Okay. What playlist are we listening to the same one? Oh, this must be a newer, different. Yeah. I need to find some more playlists. I love this. This stuff is really good. Now we're on to this one. Okay. I really like that stream beats, man. That's really good. Okay. Yeah, maybe we got some chip tunes and stuff. All right, well, we're back to kind of back there. It only took an hour, hour and a half to do all that, which was simple. It was just a little thing. But this happens. So I told it, I was like, we need to make the enemies a little more random, like, you know, like make it a little harder for them to duck, kind of just like with some ideas. So it's giving me some ideas, see if it sparks anything for me. The runner thing, that's cool. Protector. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, alert, coward. Oh, wow. These are some good ideas, man. Jesus. Man, we could really go in depth with this. So new enemy types, we can do a runner, protector, a shooter, alert, a coward, leader, civilian, or group herd spawner. That's cool. I like that group herder. Yeah, that's cool. Behaviors make abduction harder. Group up. Scatter when ray gun is fired. Evade, zigzag. Some enemies do not run straight but dodge. Ooh, that's cool. Call for help. Ooh, call for help on an attempted abduction. Nearby humans run to help and try to break the abduction. That is cool. Power up. Some carry items that shield the group until... Yeah, that's nice. Pack bonus. God, man. These are some things I didn't even think about. I mean, I had these on my list, like the runner, the group herd. That was one that I said. Dude, I feel like I'm just going down a rabbit hole. Like I'm in, like, we're in so deep in this project. It's like, it's hard to explain. It's like, it's like we got the game basics and it's like, we're just keep going down and down and down. We're iterating, we're polishing, we're making, you know, more of a thing, but we kind of, it's like we're kind of starting over from scratch because we for the last 2 months we were doing the wave-based system and now we're changing it to an endless spawner, so it's different. I mean, the mechanic is still the same. It's still we're abducting. It's just the way enemies are spawning, but now we have to iterate on their behaviors, which, like, now we're at that point, which is great. Ooh, man, it's just like, I just feel like I just went down a rabbit hole. Like, I'm like, oh my God, where are we going now? Like, if we're gonna add this ray gun thing with these different things that it can do, that's gonna bring a whole new complexity to it, you know. We'll see. I definitely want a gun. I think the gun would be cool. It's just like, we're not killing enemies. Like, that's the whole thing. That's the whole object of the game. But then it keeps us locked in, you know what I mean? It keeps us locked there. But I like stunning. Yes, I think we should have a gun to be able to stun. We should be able to have a shield, a power up that's a shield that protects us from gunfire. All right, it's coming together. It's... Let's try... Okay, I'm gonna write out a good prompt here. I should bring ChatGPT over here so you guys can see it. It's just like, I hate moving it back and forth. It would make more sense, but... I'll talk it out while I'm doing it. So I'm saying, let's start working on the following enemy types / behaviors. I'm not going to do all those. There's a few that I really like, and then behaviors to make abduction. harder player. Here's what I like and think. And I'm trying to get better at prompting, like explaining it more, like explaining the prompt, kind of explaining it all out, like, hey, this is what I want based on these, so it kind of knows to plan ahead. Like before, it's like if you just do it like little snippets, it works. It's just like if you plan it all out so it can think, okay, here's what we're doing, it will design that whole system together. It's kind of what I'm seeing, and it works a little bit better, and that's what I'm learning as well. Here's what I think makes sense for the game. Runner. Leader. Group. Yeah, that worked good. So I'm thinking runner. Well, did the runner occasionally sprints away from the player if startled? That's great. I like the protector as well. I think the protector will be cool if we can do it right. Protect and moves towards other humans and forms a pack or circle to defend. The alerted and coward's cool. Alerted's cool as well. Man, these are all cool. All right, that. We're just gonna do runner, leader, group herd, and protector for now. Let's and alerted / coward. I think those are good. And then here's the behaviors that I like. Group up, definitely. Group up, scatter. Evade, zigzag. That's cool. I mean, in theory, we'll see.
It's 12 o'clock.
Let's just work on those behaviors first, and then we'll move from there, because I've got a feeling something's gonna break, or we don't. And another thing I've learned, you don't want to do everything all at once. You know, kind of want to do it small things, but then plan it out so it knows, like, okay, well, we're planning for this and that. So I'm gonna try something really cool for Gemini, because Gemini is usually really good at the graphics. I want to ask it, hey, how can I improve this AI, or how can I improve this UI? Let's see what Gemini says. I really do want to move to Gemini, but I've just been using ChatGPT for this project, so it's kind of hard to, you know what I mean, just move over, because it doesn't have the history and everything that we've kind of done, and it's already kind of knows the design language of the elements, which, you know, we can always change. Awesome, that's a strong selection. And plus ChatGPT really knows me. Like, it's learned how I like things. Like how I like when it gives instructions, how I like it detailed and all this stuff. So it's really cool. I'm sure Gemini can do the same. Yeah, so I haven't had tea in, let's see, I think 2 days now. I'm doing a test. I want to see if it affects my sleep a little bit. I mean, I have it in the morning, so it shouldn't affect my sleep at night, but I just want to see. If I notice a difference. I'm procrastinating because I know, like, once we get started on these features, things are gonna break. It's like, yeah, things are sort of working right now. Actually, we haven't tested it. We should probably test to see how everything's working. So we're gonna do enemy type features: runner, protector, leader, group, herd, alert, coward. And then we'll share reusable behaviors: group up, scatter behavior, evade, zigzag behavior for runners. I would like all enemies to be able to evade. I wonder, I think I have that in the script. We can come back to that, right? Give me some scripts. Now, we have to do new prefabs for these. Like, I don't think we need UI. Like, this is the thing. I don't want all these pop-ups coming on the screen all the time. Like, that's another thing. I like the wave incoming. That was so cool with the alert. I mean, it was cool. All right. More scripts. I feel like I have way too many scripts. We're gonna have to go and clean, because there's a lot in here that we're not using, and we need to clean these up. And probably you could probably do them all in one script, I'm guessing. I don't know. Who cares at the end of the day? I mean, we should care, because like this, like I've said, this project's already a freaking mess. And this is my first like real game, so obviously it's not going to be perfect. And this is, like I said, it's all like a learning experience, you know? I learn as I do this, like, oh, don't do that. Don't do that. So my next game, hopefully, will be quicker and better. Like, you know, we'll get through things a lot faster. And also, this is kind of turned into more than what I initially set out to do. You know, like the initial kind of thought was, let's just do like a basic wave thing, and then you abduct them, they get harder, end of story. And then, you know, as I got developing, more ideas came about, you know, people made some suggestions, so it's cool. I just hope I'm not wasting my time here. Been wasting 2-3 months of my life on this. I mean, I'm passionate about it. Like I said, obviously I would like to sell this, put it on Steam and all that. We need to start putting some marketing together, and I need to get a Steam page together. So that's something I can start working on. You know, but I just don't feel like we don't have any good images yet. To really like put on the page, you know? We should probably get it all set up. But yeah, I mean, if I sold just one copy, obviously I want to sell more, but you know what I mean? It's like, if somebody comes and sees it on Steam and like goes, dude, that's something I want to play, great. Then I've won, you know? We gotta find human target, because we gotta add that set abduction. leader enemy. For that. Yep, we're good now. Okay. Right. I go to the endless spawner. Gotta add. Okay. Is that coming up as an A? Get random pack in. Okay. Create a new with the alerted enemies. Come on. Man, this is really loading. Still loading. Did it crash? Okay, no. I have too many things running. Hey Clutch, how's it going? Good to see you. It's been a while. Waiting for this to load. It's going good. So we made a huge update to the game. I don't think you've been here in a while, which is fine. It's just I'm getting an error over there. So I revamped the way the enemies spawn. So it's still the same game, you know, still the same principle. We're abducting, blah, 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 blah. But what we're doing now is instead of doing the wave thing, where remember how it would be like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever, it would go down. The wave incoming would, you know, alert would come on, and then you'd get the wave shop or whatever. I don't even know if you were here when that was built. But now it's just going to be an endless spawner. So, you know, it's because I built it more like there's more to the gameplay options than there was to the wave based system. So now it's like you get points, you know, an XP. Well, I mean, we still have to make sure and build it all in, but you'll get like, you know, the amount of time that you survived, and then you can get XP based on that. And then now there's different waves that will happen. You know, there will be an elite wave of enemies, and then there's a boss wave, which is what I planned in the first place. You know, when we first started building the game out, it's just executing a little bit different. So that's what I'm doing. I'm building all the different kind of variants of enemies, and now I'm giving the enemies more behaviors. So like they'll be able to evade, you know, so like if you have to go chase them kind of thing. You know, just give it a little bit more heart. But I want that more randomized. You know, like it will just kind of randomly happen. Like some enemies will evade you, some won't, some will come after you. So we're working on all the behaviors right now. I had to troubleshoot this morning. But yeah, yesterday I didn't stream, but I worked on it a little bit. Man, what is this doing? Something's wrong. Yeah, all the changes are for the better. It's just, you know, like now that we're stacking more things on top of it, you know, it's just going to take a little longer to build. Like what I initially set out, you know, the initial thing was just like, oh, we're just going to have a couple of waves, and then, you know, and the enemies would progressively get harder. That was it. You know, that was kind of my initial thing. But then, you know, as I started building and, you know, more ideas have kind of came and like, okay, no, we can actually do, you know, different things with this. You know, we can have fun with it. So that's what we're doing. I still have the goal of having, you know, by the end of July, have hopefully a play test version so people can test it, you know, get it into the play testing. So that means, I got a lot of work ahead of me. I got to start moving into the 3D models, the character models. I have, some basic ones that we can use for the play testing, if have to, and then do all the polishing later. But I'm trying to wait till the game is built before I start doing 3D modeling, because then I can just have the game's good. Then I could spend the time on 3D modeling, getting that together, and then just start adding them in the game as I get them done. But the game's, and obviously we'll have to polish it up, make sure it all works, and because I know once we add all that into the game, it's gonna break things and things are gonna change. So, but as long as we have the framework, we have the game ready, everything's built out. Because then we have to do UI elements, But that's just stuff I can knock out, a couple days doing here and there. I mean, I've been working on some UI stuff, as you can see. Created this, but some of this stuff is going to disappear. So, it's a progress. I don't know what's up with this. I think it crashed. Yep. All right, we're going to have to redo this. I don't get too many crashes, to be honest, but let's see if it works now. But yeah, how you been? It's been a while since I've seen you, Clutch. It's just kind of been a productive day. Like yesterday, I didn't stream because I didn't get enough sleep, and I just needed a day, man. Like I streamed on Monday, which was a holiday here in the States, but it was good to take a little day off and kind of just focus on the game and kind of prioritizing what I need to work on and what we need to do. I got my my little sheet here of ideas, and then this was all generated by ChatGPT, which I liked a few of them. But then this is like all the stuff we can polish. We'll have to come back to this since we changed it. And then I just have like my ideas that I get, kind of things that we've talked about on stream. Some of this stuff's probably not even. Oh, this I've been working on too. So the player death, the basics of it, like the animations and like all the FX aren't even there. Like that's another thing, we have to do FX, and I got some packs off of the Unity store, so we might be able to utilize some of that stuff as well. Not have to create everything. I don't see us having too many effects. I mean, we're gonna have like when the guns shoot, when the player gets abducted, we kind of have something there. Just things, but we'll get there. All right, is it working now? All right, now where did I leave off? Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to be busy. Like I said, we were rolling pretty good, and then I got stuck on some bugs. That was happening with the previous system, with the wave system. The timers were getting all, because like the wave would go, the wave shop would come up, and then you do the thing, and then all of a sudden, like when it would go to wave 2, it wouldn't go to wave 2. Things would mess up, or it would wait. The timer would pause, so it just wasn't working. Because like I started building more and more things into the waves, and it just started screwing everything up. So it wasn't built. The initial system that I built wasn't built for where we were going, and this kind of makes it that we can. I need to check the count, and then. We got some Cinemachine issues, and as you can see, once I did that, yeah, see all these things are breaking because I uninstalled Cinemachine and reinstalled it, and once I did that, it broke a bunch of stuff. Looks like some tree stuff. Oh man, this is just all objects that we have. Might have to re-download some of these assets and get rid of some of these too. Some of these assets I'm not even using. But yeah, it's a process, I'm kind of, yeah, exactly, Clutch. It's sort of the same thing we had. It's just we changed it. So instead of it being a wave spawner, where we'd have like wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, etc. Now it's just an endless spawner. Enemies are just spawning all the time. They don't stop. And instead of the countdown timer, here, just let me play it real quick. Let's see, make sure it even works. So you can kind of see. So and before, remember, in the wave, they would all spawn, like all 100 of them would spawn at once. So you would have all 100 on screen, and then you would just go around and abduct them really quickly, which wasn't really fun, So now they kind of just randomly spawn like this. They'll group up. Some will evade, hopefully. I mean, we're still working on this stuff. But, this makes it a little more challenging now, because now you have to actually be strategic about what you do. And then what will happen is eventually an elite enemy will spawn. So they're a little bit quicker. They shoot a little bit more. And then a boss will spawn. And they're a little bit harder to do. And then we're trying to do the behaviors now where, see how they're getting harder when they all group up like that. And then some of these will actually evade you. But that's what I'm working on. So when you go up to abduct them, I want them to hey, no, they'll run away. But I don't know if that system is, how we have everything working. We're kind of still building it, but yeah, it will make it easier in the long run. So this is what it is. And now, see, as you can see, the clock, it just ticks. And then when you die, we get a game over screen, and then it'll tell your stats, which I'm still working on. All the UI stuff is just basic. We'll hopefully try to create custom stuff. Yep, exactly. I think this was just a better direction for the game. It took us a while to get here, but as you can see, you're just playing. And it's you know what I mean? And now I'm working on the enemy behaviors. So you're trying to avoid stuff, and then you're just trying to go in there and like that. But eventually I want them to chase you, but I also want them to run away. I don't see any of them doing that right now. Maybe these ones don't. Maybe it's the boss and the elites that do it. So yeah, it's just it's an endless thing, and eventually I would like to make a ray gun so you can have the ability to abduct them from far away, but it's going to be on a buff or a timer. You can't use it all the time. It's a limited ability. And then eventually I'd like to have a power up or something. These could be power ups or something with the ray gun. And then it should work. No, it's not working right now because I took the prefab, or I took the projectile off, which isn't the right one. But what I would like to is where you can be able to stun them. When they get grouped like that, you could shoot out and stun them or something. These are ideas. I don't know if it's gonna make it, but we'll see. I'm gonna work on this thing until I can't, until I'm done. I'm sick of the game, But yeah, I mean, I think this is a lot better. See, as you can see, we're okay, so there it was. Yeah, this is the crappy game over screen. We'll make this better. I'll get graphics and stuff, but this is just the template. But as you could see, and I think my quit's not working. Yeah. But what it's supposed to do is, so when the player dies, you feel that? Yeah. So when the player dies, what I want it to do, it's not really working right now, but we'll get there. Is it's supposed to I want the player to disappear, and the game over screen comes up, and then when you push play again, it will teleport them back in. So it will beam them back into the mother, how we're beaming them out. I want the player to teleport back in to play again. That's my idea. So how we get there and if we can do it, we'll see. Right now, I was setting that all up. It's still rough. It's not working like I want because the effects aren't there and all that stuff. But I was just trying to get the thing that it needs to be in there. So, but that's kind of what and that was another idea I came up with for death. Because it was just it would just kind of restart. But now it respawns the player in a certain spot, which I can adjust and which I probably will adjust. And that's what I want. I want the player to disappear, and then when it dies, and then when you start over, you play again, then the player will automatically beam in. I think that would be cool. How I do it, I don't know. That's what I say. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we'll do it. We'll figure it out. And then it will be an effects to like a teleport beam or something. We'll see. But yeah, I think this is working a lot better. UI is, I've made some custom UI here. I don't know if these are final. Like this is probably gonna go because we don't not doing waves anymore. Yep, one step after another. It's like once you build something, then it's like, oh my god, I got this new hurdle I gotta figure out. And then I did this one, which is really cool. This is how many humans you abducted. But yeah, we're slowly knocking things out. We're still building stuff, and it's fun. Until I stop having fun with it and go, okay, I'm done. I don't want to build this anymore. I'm ready to move on to the next project. Then we will. And plus, like I said, I'm using ChatGPT for vibe coding most of this stuff. So that was the initial goal for the game as well. Was like, hey, I don't have any experience, with this. Can we vibe code a game, and make a decent game out of it? So that's the other test. You have a way to stay motivated, or is it just how you approach things? Yeah, like the last week or so, or 2 weeks, it's been hard to get back into the game, but I'm just like, it's like something in me. I'm excited. I'm still passionate about my idea. Like I still think this is a cool idea. I have people come into chat once in a while, and when I tell them the game, they're like, that is cool. I've never heard anything like that. And I've never really seen anything like this before. I've seen the game. Like this is like Vampire Survivors, Endless Wave Survivor game. Okay, there's a bunch of them, but I haven't seen this take on it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, there's days that I'm just like, and the stream is what keeps me motivated. It's like, oh, I got to stream. I got to do it. And then usually it's like just coming in here. And like, if I have a problem or it's like, oh, I got this idea or this thing we have to get and we have to tackle. As long as I have something to work on, I'm motivated. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, like I was troubleshooting for like 4 days, the wave thing. And that's when I said, okay, this isn't, I was about ready to stop. I was like, okay, maybe this game isn't going to work. And then that's when we moved into this direction. So that kind of re-motivated me. But yeah, it's hard to stay motivated. It definitely is. I will agree with that. Yeah, I got through it. I mean, there's days. I mean, it's every day. It's like it's a struggle. But if I treat this like a job, I think that's what helps. It's like I've been a professional. Well, not now. I'm unemployed. That's the only reason I can do this. But and that's another thing. That's the other thing that keeps me going is because it's like I don't know how much time I'm gonna have available to do this, to work on this, like this thing that I want to work on, for me. And, because I could get a job any day or something can come through here. Hopefully, I mean, I'm planning, but the way it's going, it's been rough out here. So that's another motivator. It's like, man, I got to take, advantage of this time that I have to be able to do this. And so that's another motivation. But I treat this like a job. It's like, this is my job for the day since I don't have a job right now. Because there's times when in your career, if you're a professional, like there's days you have to go to work and you don't want to work on what you have, but you do it because you have to, because it's work. So that's another thing, but I try not to make it not fun, because then it will be work. It is work. All right, so now we have to get the prefabs created for this. Yeah, I agree with that, Clutch. Yeah, definitely. I think it's quite easy to stay motivated as long as you make progress. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, those weeks or two ago, I wasn't seeing the progress. I felt like I was just in an endless like loop, just like troubleshooting, creating something that wasn't going to work. And that's why I said we got to make a change. And we got to figure out how we can make this work. So far, it's working. But like I said, it doesn't mean we're not going to hit a roadblock, you know, in the future. I think once we get all this, the enemy behaviors and everything, I think we're good. And we can always tweak, but I think it's time to like move on to like, you know, building out parts of the other game, like the UIs, and, you know, eventually we have to get to 3D modeling. We have to finish up the, you know, the world, you know, all that's the polished stuff. I'm waiting for that at the end. I'm just building the game and making sure the game's fun. Yep. Yeah, I'm glad I made it too. And sometimes you just have to take a break. You know, sometimes you have to step away and work on something else. You know, give it a couple days. And then eventually when you do that, let it go away and then, you know, kind of come back to it and go, okay, I'm ready. You know, that's what I do. I'll work on something else. Like I said, I think, did I show you the AI prompter thing I'm doing? Yeah, Gemini. So Gemini, if you haven't used, I don't think you've been here since I talked about it. Maybe you were. They have the 2.5 preview now. If you go to Canvas, you can create apps, like web apps. And you just vibe code it. And this is another little cool thing that I've been doing. I did a few other ones. If you ever seen the movie War Games from 1983 with Matthew Broderick, I basically, so when he hacks the, if you've never seen the movie, he hacks the NORAD system. And so I made a little hacking game based on that, where you hack it. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Can I? Whoops. Oh, I wanted to hit that one. Let me see. Yeah. They just implemented it. I think ChatGPT as well, but for some reason, this one is way better. Yeah, here it is. So it broke. It's supposed to be doing like you know what I mean, like typing noises for this, but it doesn't. Yeah, I built this in Gemini. It's supposed to talk too. We'll see. See, it's supposed to do that all the way at the start.
System online. Awaiting command.
It just talked.
Connection established. Please enter your login identification.
So yeah, this is what I built. It's kind of annoying, but yeah.
Available logins.
But if you've seen the movie War Games, this is exactly it. Let's do Joshua.
Greetings, creator.
Yeah, it's an older movie. Yeah. Well, it was showing, you know, how to do. It was. Well, this is back in the 80s, so if you weren't alive in the 80s, I was a kid, but like the thought of, you know, nuclear war from Russia was like, you know, at an all-time high, the Cold War. So it's one of those types of movies, you know, based on you know, all that crap. Let's play chess. Oh.
Program not yet implemented. Please make another selection.
Oh, so I have to finish this out. I
Program
didn't
not yet
even.
implemented. Please make another selection.
So none of these work. Oh, that
Initiating
works.
Global thermonuclear war. Greetings, Professor Falcon. Shall we play a game? Excellent. Which side do you want? You have chosen the United States. Initializing war scenario. Current DEFCON level 5.
Oh, there's an error. Anyway, so that was something I worked on. Yeah, it's just cool, like coming up with these cool things. But yeah, this is Prompt Spark. So this is what I worked on yesterday or last night. It's be able to spark a prompt idea for you. So like you can do keywords here. I'm still iterating on it, trying to make it better. But like, you know, if you wanted a video game, 2D platformer. Let's just see. Like I said, I just did this, so I don't even know if this is gonna work. Let's just do a text prompt, and it will give you a prompt based on what you said. Will it? I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of one of those things, you know. And then you can spark an image from it. It'll hopefully create an image. But like I said, it's, you know, yeah, there you go. And then you can just do a random. And then text or image, spark an image from that. I want to iterate on it, make it a little cooler. But yeah, this is something I just built. Like I had an idea. And that's what's so cool about it. It's like, yeah, you're vibe coding. Like, okay, that's whatever. That's weird. And then I added that where you can download the image. So anyway, it's just like a little fun thing, you know, that I kind of came up with. But I've seen some people building games like Tetris. I built a race card game, but it broke. Let's see. But yeah, check out. You have to have Gemini Pro, though. You have to pay for it to get this functionality. Let's see. Here it is. So I was building this game and I got into like a lot of errors. Yeah, it's not even working. Oh, jeez. Like the cars, I was trying to make the cars better and then like the game broke. So anyway, that was a little game I came up with. And then my war games. And then my prompt spark. So anyway, it's fun. Figure out why this is all breaking. All right, I gotta like see what this person needs. Like they keep calling. So 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay. Well, I couldn't get them on the phone. They'll probably call back. But anyway. All right. What was I saying? I don't remember now. Um. Oh yeah, the things that I built. Yeah, those are the things I built within Gemini. They're cool. It's like you come up with an idea and you just see if you can do it. But that racing game, I was trying to change the cars to make them cooler, and it just kept breaking it. So I just kind of had to revert and keep it where it's at. That's the thing. It's like if you keep iterating in that and like you keep trying to build more and more, sometimes it will just break it and you can't. You know what I mean? Like you can't go any farther. You have to like reprompt it or you know. But it's like JavaScript, HTML, I think, and CSS is what they're using. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool to experiment with. And then you can share them out to people. And I think people, if you share them, they can actually go in and work on it as too and add stuff or whatever. I'm pretty sure. Didn't. Oh, the music stopped playing. Yep. I told you they were going to call me right back. All right, one sec. Okay, we're back. Finally, yeah. I didn't know what the number was, and anyway, saw the message. So, okay, we're back. Oh man. All right. So what the hell? After we were derailed, as always. All right. Let's start working back on where we left off. Yeah. Welcome back. Oh. Whoops. What did I do? Didn't want to do that. Okay, good. Click the wrong button. Oops. Alright, I'm trying to remember where I was here. Okay, we were making the alerted. Okay, we were doing the scripts for the alerted. That's right. We were doing these ones. The runner, protector, leader, enemy. Okay. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy two prefabs here. Duplicate that. Get that, and we'll name that it. Power. Oh, I don't think we need a coward, dude. Runner. And then what we'll do is we just have to add the scripts on these. Let's get them created first, and we'll adjust all the settings. Did the runner. Okay. Protector. And then wasn't there one more? Leader. Whoops. And eventually, we'll have to customize all these. I mean, I think they could be the same, like, you know what I mean? Like the same design. They have different behaviors. Okay, cool. We got all those created. All right, good. Save. Okay, we created the prefabs. Okay. Where's the alerted? We need to attach the alerted script. There it is. Okay. Leader. Leader enemy. Okay, that's got more things on it. Cool. Protector. Did we do a protector script? I think we did we? Protector enemy. We did. Yep. Okay, runner. There it is, runner enemy. Okay, I think that's all of them. Did we do this one? Did we get the alerted on there? Yeah, we did. For some reason, there's no things in there for that. Weird. Okay, leader, protector, runner. Okay, cool. See, I would like to have these evades and stuff in randomly on just the simple enemies that we have. So I'll have to figure out how to do that. There we go. Oh, we forgot this. Oh no, this should be there. Should be the enemy layer. Oh crap, it's loading. Yeah, layer enemy. Okay, that one's on. That one is, that one is, that one is. Okay, cool. All right, cool.
It's 1 o'clock.
Okay. I lost track of where I was. I think I remember now. Okay, we got that. We got that. We got that. Make sure in the spawner is updated. I got the great random pack. Okay. All right, hold on. I gotta take this call again. There we go. Sorry, I just had to send a quick email back. Recruiters and jobs. Okay. All right, so we do this. Got that. Yeah, it's almost, we've already been streaming for 2.5 hours. Wow. Okay, what was the one? The alerted enemy didn't have, let me see, had any things. Hold on, it's gotta load. Okay, come on, load up. It did the script. Okay, it didn't go on there. Okay, now it's got stuff. Great, perfect. Yeah, let's just make sure these all have their scripts that they need. Leader, yep. Oh, human mass. No, player. We'll have to figure what that is. Okay, that doesn't have any protectors. Got that, okay. Runner, yes. Okay, those look like they're all set up, ready to go. Good. Create new period. Protect. Okay, we did that. Oh, we need to do one for group. Enemy group. We didn't create a script for group, did we? We'll do it anyway. Okay. We gotta go into the endless spawner. We'll probably have to add these guys. Yep, that's what I thought. Ah, no, I got it. Okay. Cool. Now we have more options there. Sweet. Okay, cool. So now we can spawn that. We'll have to create the newer ones. I need to create new ones here. So I can see it's okay. So how many do we have? We have alerted, group. Well, I don't know about group. Wait, did it have a group option? It does. Okay, cool. So alert, group, leader, runner, protector. 5. So we have to add 5. Seven. Okay. Alert. Why doesn't it have an alert one though? Okay, interesting. Group. Group. Ooh, so we can do like elite group. Nine. Leader. And protector. I don't know how. Hopefully this works. Protector, and then we got runner. But there's no runner one either. Interesting. I think that alerted one, we had to put coward, I think. Did that. But yeah, there's no runner one though. And then we can adjust the size of the herds and stuff, so that's cool. Interesting. Let's see how we can add the alerts for those. That one. So we need to make another one. Or is coward. We didn't make a prefab for that. Like, I got a feeling like this might be too much. I don't know. We'll see. We need one more. It's coward. There we go. Oh. What was the other one? Runner. There we go. To add anything else? I think. Hold on, I'm getting this here. Gonna verify this script, these things I just added, make sure that they're good. Nope, we had a couple errors. Errors, spawn random enemy. Like, this initially was just going to be a simple little game. It's turning into like this not hardcore. It's just like crazy. Hey, Infomingo, how you doing, bud? Welcome back. Good to see you. It's been a while. Yeah, no problem. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stream for. It's almost 3 hours. Okay. Yep. Glad you're here, though. Clutch, you still there? I know you bounce in and out as well. Because I need to get lunch and stuff. It's... Got an extra hour on me? We'll see. We'll see. I gotta get food first. My brain just... I got derailed a few times today already. But yeah. But no, we're coming along, making progress. Definitely got the... Yeah, so I don't know if you were here. You know, it's funny, my family always Gets weirded out by my timing because I follow how people eat. Right? Yeah, about 6 or 7. Yeah, usually we try to eat dinner around then. Yeah, the game, like, we changed it. So remember how it was a wave-based system, before? Well, now it's an endless wave. So it's just an endless waver. It's just like they constantly are spawning. So what I'm working on now is making them behaviors, changing the behaviors of the enemies. So like they can zigzag, they can evade. Well, trying. We got bosses now. We got elites. This is what I worked on yesterday. And I didn't stream. I had to have a day to myself, man. But yeah. So are you going to change how the character? Yeah. No. No, all that stuff's gonna come later. I have to get into 3D modeling, and that's I'm waiting to do that. Yeah, we're just building the game out, and then hold on, I don't know what I just did. Yeah, because they look like... Yeah, no. These are just... Yeah, no, it's prototype stuff. I eat at that time. They are like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm eating at 9 and sleeping at 11, so it makes it sense. I just... Yeah, right. No, yeah, so that's the thing. Eventually, I'll get into the 3... Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how to 3D model, so that's why I'm not getting into it yet, because, like, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole yet. I want to build the game out, and then hopefully be able to insert... the character models when they're ready and just pop them in, and then the game should be good. It's not going to work like that, but that's the goal and plan. I still got to do the UI elements. We got to still make all the graphics for all the buttons and all that stuff, just to polish it up to make it look like a cool game. Right now we're just building the systems, we're building the game to see if it's even fun to play. Once play testers will get it, you guys will get it, probably hopefully at the end of July. You'll come back with all that feedback. When you guys are play testing, I can start doing I can start building out the stuff. I can start doing 3D modeling. I can switch over to that while you guys are doing that. Once I get all your feedback, I'll implement that all in there, and we'll be there. Yeah, I'm gonna see. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the game's gonna change, and it already's changed a lot. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it's a hobby project, but of course I would like to put it on the market if I can and sell it. If people are interested in it, of course. But yeah, it's a project for while I'm out of work. This is my project to keep me busy so I don't go insane with nothing to do. And it was an experiment for me to learn how to do game dev, see if I enjoy doing game dev, try to learn how to code, and see if I could vibe code a game. So it's like all this stuff. Oh, I'm shaking my desk. Sorry. I shake my foot. Yeah, that's what it is. It's shaking the desk. I'm sorry. I was shaking my foot. It's a habit I have. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, I'm the same way. Okay, I'll see you in a bit, man. Well, I have to like get up and move around. Let's stand up for a little bit. I could, oh, damn, I just got shocked. I could stand, or I mean, I could sit for periods, but like after a while, like, man, my body's like, okay, dude, you gotta get up, you gotta move, you gotta move. And that's how I'm feeling right now. Like 3 hours is like good, I think. We got a lot done today. I mean, I had troubleshooted a lot, but we're getting all this in here, so that's cool. Oh, actually, hold on. I don't think we actually added the scripts to the enemy. Nope, we did. What was the other one? Running? Yeah, runner enemy script is there. Hold on. Well, I don't see them there. Yeah, we didn't get a new thing when I added it to the script. Hold on. His runner is alerted. Okay. Yep, we have those. Public void, active runner mode. Oh, we don't have that. Nope. What the hell? This... Alright, I'll be right back. I need to use the restroom. Much water. Alright, we are back. I gotta respond to this person here. All right. Do it this way. All right, cool. All right, what do we got going on with music here? We're like on a way different. I mean, it's fine. It's just I just like this one right here. This is a good one. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. All right. Look at this. Make sure we have. Oh yeah, we're messing a lot. Wait a minute. Sorry, I'm being distracted. I'm just trying to finish this real quick. I'm probably gonna stream for just a little bit, and then I gotta get some lunch. We need to do alerted. I found about 3 hours is about, it depends on the day, obviously, but 3 hours is like about as good as I can do stream wise, it feels like. And then I could just, like, if I don't have lunch or something, like, it just, like, my brain just goes. And I've been heads down pretty much since, because I was working before on that script thing, the prompt script thing, before I was doing this and doing some other, job stuff. And so, yeah, it's about 6 hours. My brain's like already fried. But I wanted to get the stream in today, because today is my last like real full day, without my kids here on summer break, because tomorrow's their last day of school. So that's what I'm saying. It's just gonna get weird. Not weird. It's just like I gotta figure out how all this stuff's gonna work. Because like I'll have to break around 12, 1-ish to make them lunches and stuff. So anyway, gotta be dad. All right, I think we got that. Let's see if that pops up now. Oh, we gotta load the scripts. And if this works, I think we can call it a day. We got a lot of good stuff done today. We got the enemies in, different style of enemies with behaviors. So. Yep, there we go. Perfect. That's in there now. Is runner. Great. Got that. Is coward. Good. And we'll have to adjust this group size and stuff as we want it. Okay, that's there. Great. Okay, cool. All right, let's push play and see what happens. Watch everything break. All right, well, they're moving, so that's good. That was the issue we had to troubleshoot this morning. I still think our character is a little fast. I'm gonna have to adjust that a little. Also, want to see if our speed decreases when we get hit. That was something we implemented a long time ago. Like, it's supposed to slow us down. Kind of. I don't think it does. I'm seeing if we see any of the newer ones being spawned. Well, we probably have to adjust times and stuff, I'm guessing. Yeah, because I don't see any of them running away or nothing. Maybe it's not on the... But I don't see any of the other ones being spawned yet. Looking... we'll have to dig deeper into that. But yeah, I mean, these aren't going to be the characters when the game's done. Like, I hope not. These are just, these are placeholders. There's going to be actual humans. It's like all going to be low poly. Those will be different types of humans. Man, female, they'll have different, hopefully, looks. I have some basic ones we can use from a pack. And then we can maybe create a few just to make, give it some more variety. That one looked like it was running pretty quick. All right, I don't see any of them grouping up or anything like that. Maybe we have to adjust the times on that or something. Is that an elite? No. Yeah, it's not doing the new sound effects either that I put on there. We'll have to get through all that later. I'm not worried about all that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see any of the new things or anything that's happening with the new behaviors that we put in. At least they're moving. So, okay, let's see here. Oh, I see why. I see why. The unlock times are 300 seconds. That's why. Jesus. That's why. Yep, that's why. Okay, we got to change those. Of course, we have to, like, you know, adjust all these. But yeah, the enemy elites, like, that should be later. Those shouldn't spawn right away. Like I said, we can adjust all those. But for testing, we need to kind of get them so we can see them. Cool. There we go. All right, now we should see them. They were set for 300 seconds. That's like, what, 8 minutes? Jesus. Now we should start seeing some behaviors, hopefully. I can't wait to see one like actually run away. Okay, let's look on here and see if we're getting any of the newer ones. Civilian, still civilian. Okay, enemy coward. Alright, I don't really see anything changing. Like, that one's chasing me. Dude, that was running after me pretty quickly. I'm gonna have to set their fire rates different too. I don't see any like anyone's running away yet. Oh, these must be the cowards right here. Yeah, because they're like really slow. Yeah, we'll definitely need to adjust like the fire rates for some of these. But I don't see any evaders yet. Alright, we'll have to figure that out. Ooh, that was different. That was different. That was different. Yeah, there's some different behaviors. I can feel it in some of them. Yep, like that one. But they're not shooting. Was it shooting though? I could see some of the like, see how that one's slower? than the other ones. So there is different things going on. Definitely. Yeah, they're chasing me. Like faster than like the normal ones. But I don't see any of the okay, runner. Group. Okay, enemy groups, but okay. Well, we have to set the groups. That's right. We didn't set. I haven't set the groups up. Okay, maybe we have to start playing with some of the settings. But the run away ones, I don't see any evade ones though, yet. Like those are the ones running to us, but I don't see any like avoiding us. So we'll have to look into that. Because I definitely want something like that. But I do see like cowards. I see like they're like straggling. Yeah, some of the behaviors are way different, so that's cool. Cool. It's a start. We can iterate on it. So that's cool. Oh, we're dead. Yeah, as you can see, that we're supposed to disappear, but it's not working correctly. My quit's not working. We'll have to adjust all that. All right. Well, I think that's good for today. We got a lot done. We got all those in there. I need to adjust, but I think we need to adjust them maybe in here in the settings. Some of these settings. Let's see. Unlock time. Yeah, group size. So we'll have to adjust the group size for some of these. And then on some of these, we'll have to set, yeah, right here. We'll have to get into the shooting. Like maybe for the alerted guys, they can like shoot, faster, maybe do a little bit more damage. We'll just have to do all that variety to give the enemies variety. Cool. Oh, here we go. And maybe the evade distance I have. Yeah, scatter, move, alert. Okay, that's their alert thing. Coward. Okay, I don't think these enemies have evade, actually. Because when I go to a boss... Right here, they have flee and... Okay, we're going to have to add that to all the other enemies. Okay, let me make a note of that. We'll work on that tomorrow. Cool. All right, so cool. It's coming together. It looks like the same damn game as we've been playing for 2 months, but I'm seeing the behaviors. You're seeing the movements different. We'll get, like I said, we'll get some better in there. We'll refine it. Where they're actually running away and you have to go chase them. They can kind of shoot you, but then we get some ones that are crowding up into groups, and then some that aren't. I mean, that's just going to give a big variety of enemy types, is what we want. And obviously we're gonna have to get the spawn times all down, to where it feels good. Right now we're just building and trying to get stuff working. And once we have sound effects and visuals, and that's what I'm saying, there's so much to do. I mean, oh my god. All right, cool. Actually, let me put it in here real quick so we don't forget. Got that in there. All right, I think that's gonna do it for today. 3 hours is good. I'd rather have like a good exciting stream than just being bored and like, okay, And for Mango, I knew you said you're gonna be back, but I'm sorry if you're not back, or if you are. Thanks for chopping by, and also Clutch for coming in today. Good to see you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Take care.